Man.
Copy. Do you guys think 2
Over.
years is a little excessive for 2,000 bodies over?
Copy.
Now
I
you're
was
doing
gonna
your
say,
job.
I feel like 21-year-old me, if somebody came to me and was like, "Hey, we're gonna get you 2,000 bodies in the next 2 years for money," oh, sign me up. Over.
That's what it is, bro. It's all about control. They want to control all the narratives. Your entire existence belongs to me. So, you disobey, I'm going to have to show you, especially, you're a boy. So now I really got to turn up. Like, oh, yeah, I'm the dominant in the house.
Now imagine somebody punching you or swinging some shit at you, and you be like, "Oh," and they call everybody after they still beat you. Be like, this little motherfucker tried to fight me back.
Yo, that's the move.
Defense is not fighting. Mr. Miyagi told niggas that.
Yeah, nah.
Stop it. It was high, medium, low.
You feel me? Jodan.
Come on.
That's all I could do
Help
is
me. Help me out. I'm just trying to make
feel
sure
me?
it don't. I'm trying to make sure you don't get in trouble. Be honest with you.
see the only block you could do is like a high block. Because they got to swing down and it's
just
like block.
It's the
middle block, they definitely. He tried to grab my wrist.
Self-defense.
He tried to
You're
grab my wrist.
self-defending against me. Like, how dare you?
Nah.
Don't you self-defend my self-offense?
You feel me?
Remember the low block. The low block.
Oh, yeah,
you
he
trying
punched
to
me.
Slap a bitch?
He punched me.
You hit him with one of these?
He punched me right in my forearm. It was black and white. It was grainy.
You're like, what? I was on the floor.
That's all resistance in their eyes. Like, oh, you're starting a rebellion. Oh.
And they wonder why we grow up to not believe women. This bitch just lied and said I hit her. Who knows what the girl down the street's gonna do when I break up with her?
This is your baby, Derek. This is your baby. Come love your baby, Derek.
My name is Devin.
Oh, man.
That's why.
Nah, you got
man,
the wrong
black
guy.
households, man. I realize we're all.
We got a little something.
Yeah.
Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough, man.
Yeah.
We
All of
6
us
generations deep in the trauma demons y'all out here. And
All of
somebody got to pay. Somebody got to pay. Like,
Yeah, all that shit went in somebody's account.
You
and
feel
it's
me?
time to disperse the funds.
Divvy up. Give up.
nigga,
Give up.
we popping up like Apple Music when you least expect it. Cash out. Tears.
What up,
Ah,
niggas?
man, what up, y'all?
Right?
Uh-huh.
We here, yo. We
We
here.
all are.
Welcome to episode 169 of the Venture Clan podcast. I'm your host, Av Campbell, that motherfucking nigga, the bar guy, 8 guy, young Aristotle.
And it's your boy Buck the World, aka 2 Live, the freaky naughty venture, yeah, the nasty one.
And in the back, we got Dave.
Dave is here.
Shout out to Dave, you heard?
Dave is here.
We outside.
What's up? How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Everybody
good.
ate?
Yes,
Feeling
it
good.
is.
Everybody ate? Everybody exfoliated or whatever
I mean?
people doing to get ready?
Word.
That's what's
Good,
up.
good bread. Feeling right. Feeling
Life is
great.
good.
You know?
LG. Let's get into these weekly highlights. Who want to go first?
Well, we got Buck. Cameras on
Weekly highlight, right? I don't really got too much to talk about this week. More of a, it's not even a highlight. It was just the craziness that took place at work. Nothing too wild. Just like, I realized like when you're working with black families, like, oh yeah, they are all the same in a lot of ways. Like, oh, the auntie, the stuck up grandma, just everybody's the same. So I had a situation at my job where we catered over the weekend to this family because one of the seniors passed away in the building. So we were like, oh, you can do the repast here, like after your service, and black people going black people. Everything was late, but at the end, fourth quarter, it all pulled together nicely, and everybody was
Always the fourth quarter.
always, and it's just like, oh, I could
Everybody in
see
the
this
family
coming. I
is
saw it coming the entire time, and it's just like, oh, I know this. Like, I know you guys are lying to me right now in my face because I've been at black functions. I've been there. I've been behind the scenes. I know she ain't coming. She's not 20 minutes away. You feel
Nah,
me? Oh yeah, the
she's
greens
not.
ain't come with the chicken. Like, what's going on? Y'all still need pans. It was just like, all right, but at the end, it all came together.
Oh, it
So
always
it's
looks
just
good
like,
at the
all
end.
right.
It's like, yo, this is the game.
I hate when they still need
Black
people.
people are all the same. Like, wow, we're like, oh, this looks like some shit my family would do. I know, I can see where this is going.
I'm at
like,
work.
We fucking up
I'm
as a
at work
culture.
at home.
as a culture, like, you feel me? But in the
culturally
end,
on
like,
bullshit.
it came together. It
Yeah,
all
no,
came
it
together. It
was
was
fun.
nice. It was fun. Everybody had a great time. So it was just like, all right, like, it canceled each other out.
Yo, what? Why
That's
does
my
it
highlight.
take this energy to get this energy?
It always does, bro. It always does.
Because it's not an adventure if nothing happens in the middle.
Yo,
It's always got to be
Keep that in mind, yeah.
something. Like, it was supposed to be a, hey, show up, just sit here, everything's going to happen, and then the day's over. And it just was like everything but that.
Nah, hey, don't sit here. Be involved. Get
Yeah,
invested. Turn
super,
up.
super.
you family now.
Yeah, basically.
Your
Cousins. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, just like literally just like that. That's just calling them cousin the entire time. What's going on, cousin? So that was me. What about you guys?
I mean, my week was one of those bi-week episodes in anime. You know what I mean? Just fill a story. Nothing too crazy.
Doesn't always have to be a Godzilla level event. You know
what I mean?
Right?
Goalless. Goals was met.
Okay.
And more to reach. So, you know, we prepared for next week.
That's always refreshing to hear, you know. Goals are getting accomplished. Like, accomplish those goals, guys. Come on.
You guys all right?
Thank you.
What about
Thank
you,
you.
guy?
How's life?
What's my
Talk
weekly
about
highlight?
it.
Yeah, my week was lit. What you saying?
I said talk about it.
Oh yeah, my week was lit. My week was lit. Mad shit happened, so I'm gonna just put the first thing that I put down as my weekly highlight. T-Pain's dropping a new album, but it's an
Nice.
album of him doing covers to a bunch of other people's like songs, I guess singing,
Okay.
and it's called On Top of the Covers.
What?
And I was like,
Nice.
yo, my nigga T-Pain.
That's smooth.
Nice.
So that's my weekly
I did
highlight.
not expect that.
I'm still waiting for more info on that Zoid shit from last week, but like, oh yeah, new T-Pain dropping. He probably gonna be singing songs that I would prefer him to have sang over the original person anyway. So
It's always good to
Yeah.
get new T-Pain
my boy
music.
Teddy,
Yeah, he's
So,
dope.
you want
So-
the lint brush? You good?
Nah, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, get that dirt off your shoulders.
You feel me?
Oh, you're not feeling like a pimp?
Nah, I support you. And me. Yeah, I'm just getting that off.
Okay.
Okay. Team effort. Team
Wait,
effort.
hold on, I want to say that you're very brave too. In our continued efforts to get canceled, you let people kind of know what you do for a living, so it's gonna be easier to research how to get you fired.
Oh, you think so?
And you said,
Oh, yeah. Well,
They don't know
hey,
where you work, but it's gonna be like, oh,
yeah.
I know he works with this.
population.
Yeah, where it's gonna be like, I bet.
Yeah. Well,
ain't
go
too
for
many
it.
ways to get there, huh?
See, they got homie off out the window on the street. Like, they'll get you. They really want you to get you.
Get your got him, give.
Yo, no,
Feel me?
facts.
We got him.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Liddy.
We get into this
Weekly challenge.
Yes, let's talk
Here
about
we
it.
are.
You wanna break it down for the good folks at home?
Yes.
to 'em.
Okay, so this week we have our challenges called Copy Over, where both contestants here would have to start each sentence with copy, as if we're on walkie-talkies, and then end each sentence with over. Dave is not playing. Whoever messes up or forgets to start the beginning to the conversation with over, or the end of the conversation with copy.
It's the other way
point.
around.
You gotta flip that around.
You flip it and reverse it.
on, guys.
Nurk
Y'all
Is
know that
your
shit,
communic with flying yank? Yo, did you know?
Yo, we gotta play Jinx again. Yo,
It's
did you
coming,
realize
it's
that she
coming.
really just flipped that shit?
Yeah,
Yo, she was so
Y'all
ahead of her
familiar
time.
with
Yo.
this,
How did she know that would sound like that?
How did she know? They'll never know. How did she know?
She said, let me see.
Yo,
But that's the basis
that's
of
how
the
life
game.
go.
Flip it and
We
reverse
got the
it.
$5 on the table. I think we got a sponsor this week. You want to
Yeah,
shout out the sponsor?
Shout out to the homie Conrad. You know, he's back at it again, sponsoring the shit. So we got another additional $15 to the winner.
Yeah.
If it ends in a tie like we usually do, then the 15 stays on the table and
Until
it's
next
up
week.
till next
Nice.
week.
Oh, that's a game.
the potential
It's
for
a
that shit to go
game.
up like at once is pretty interesting.
Yo, what?
Yeah, that's
You
bananas.
think you
Yeah.
winning?
All right, so yeah, to reiterate, conversation starts. You got to start with copy. At the end of your little diatribe, you end with over. It's not by sentence, it's by like,
The idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's by like your paragraph or whatever. Like
Right.
when you stop talking, you have to say over. If you get caught not saying over when you finish, if you get caught not saying copy when you start, other person calls you out.
Yep.
They get a point. Whoever got the most points at the end, they get the money. If it's a tie, y'all know what happens. At the end of the year, whoever got the most money in their jar gets to take the other person's jar of money. Get ready to see me buy myself something really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Dave, how you feeling?
Life is good.
All right.
Good
I thought
stuff.
he was like setting a timer.
No,
You guys ready?
I'm setting up just so I could keep track.
Yeah, we're
of
good.
points.
Oh, Liddy. All right, cool. Let me know when you're ready.
Real
And-
quick. So if no one's talking and I'm about to start an idea, do I have to say copy also?
Oh no, we doing the first over. After the first over, everything is game.
Yeah, but like, let's see how that.
So like
if
if
there's
if a topic dies down,
Yeah,
it's
You
like
know how
a,
it'd be
it's like a
like-
brief intermission.
you'd be like, oh, that's crazy and stuff like that, and it's like a little pause, and then I start with something. Do I have to start with copy? If I'm
So like if you say something and I respond, that's crazy.
yeah.
Now I would have to say copy. That's crazy over.
Okay,
Then
now
you
let's
would
say
have
it
to
dies
say
a little
copy
bit
and go
right
back
after
and then-
like after that exchange. Let's say it dies a little bit. It's like silent for like a second. You know, there's a gap in
Yeah.
conversation. If I'm going to move on to the next topic, would I have to say like copy? Mm-hmm. I'd be like copy. All right, so let's get into the next topic. All right, cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So just say it every time. Yeah. Got it.
Do you have to say it after I talk?
I'm
Like if-
probably going to
Like
just so
if
that
you
I
stop
don't slip up.
talking, yes, we have to say copy.
Okay. Yeah, because we always have to say it before we talk. Okay. all right.
Okay, I like your question though, because I see what you're saying about like that's crazy, where it's like, yo, what do y'all want to get into next?
Yeah, you
then
know what I'm saying? Where you're trying to get into
And
the
if
next
I
topic?
point out a topic that happens to be your topic, I get what you're saying because it's like so slight.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like it'll make it difficult. Let's
Yeah.
be assholes, right?
Okay, we outside.
If the point is called, the point is called.
Let's have some fun.
They were trying,
And we got
they were
some
trying
pretty
to
good
get me
topics,
out
it
the
looks
paint,
like.
y'all. They been trying to get me out the paint. You heard? All right, well, before we start the challenge, let's decide now which topic we want to start with.
Didn't you say we're gonna hit with the end? End of the.
Oh
top?
yeah, let's
Oh,
do that.
okay.
All right, you guys ready?
We are
All
ready.
right, and the topic has. Oh wait, my fault. Let's backtrack. Round of applause for us. You feel me? For all the
Yeah,
fly
life
shit
is
we
good,
do, all the
life is
cool
good.
shit.
Go.
A little bit of air horns and all that fly shit. Booze for the haters out there. We ain't forget about y'all, baby.
No, that was fine.
All right, lit. The challenge begins now.
Whoa. Just wait. Hear me out. I appreciate you for watching the episode, but I really need you to make sure you're subscribed to the Venture Clan YouTube channel, all right? And make sure you follow us on all social media platforms and streaming services at Venture Clan. Okay, time in. You can watch the episode. Copy. So the first topic we're getting into, we said end of TikTok, right? So it seems like the United States Congress or the Assembly, it's one of the groups in Albany.
The big homies.
They gave Biden the authority to decide if he wants to ban TikTok and other Chinese service providers like AppWise because it could be a security risk. So now it's like, oh, I got the authority to do that. Is he going to act on it or not? So like people are starting to get like worried and think like this might be the end of TikTok because, you know, re-election's coming up soon, the next couple of years or 2 years. I don't know. It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, this could be one of those things where Biden is pushing the end of TikTok so that that might be like his shining thing where it's like, oh, I stopped China from spying on us because I ended TikTok and da. But it's just like, oh, that will
We'll ask for
end
that.
a lot of people's revenue in the United States where it's like, oh, you're banning the app. Some people get paid from TikTok, you know, influencers and stuff. So that's a hot button topic. Like he hasn't announced, as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't announced that he's ending TikTok. But it's just like, oh, why
It's
would
up
you
in the air.
why would you pass that bill to give him the authority to do such a thing? Where it's like, oh, you do that so that you can do it, you know,
Yeah.
like later on, like.
Nobody asks for power they don't want.
Copy. Yeah, that's fake wild. I don't know. Like, I don't think he's gonna do it because, like, for all the reasons you just said, people make money off of it. And in terms of whatever information China's stealing, I'm pretty sure they already got 40 other ways to get the
Yeah,
information.
they already planning around this.
Also, where the fuck is my student loan forgiveness, bro? Where is
Word.
my shit at?
This is your shining
Copy.
armor.
Dead ass over. Like,
Copy. What was I about to say? I think what you were saying is like for it to be his shining moment. I think this would actually have a negative effect on his campaign because one, he already looks somewhat like out of his mind, sleeping everywhere and shit. He didn't really get the student loan joint done. And then I feel like the amount of young people on TikTok that use that shit to make a living or just engage every day, I feel like you're gonna alienate younger voters where it'd be like, I'm not voting for this dude. He just ended TikTok. Like, fuck this nigga. Over.
Copy. I agree. I would definitely agree. I didn't even think about that at first, but it's like, oh yeah, that entire generation, was that Gen Z, Gen X, whatever. Oh yeah, they're gonna flip, and they vote. Like they're out there voting. So like they are a significant population in your numbers when you go out there. So you kill TikTok, that's risky. Over.
Copy. My fault, y'all. My fault. That was a crazy ass yawn. Over.
It's fine.
I'll
But yeah, Biden bugging.
Copy. Yeah, Biden is going crazy, bro. I wouldn't even say Biden's going crazy. It's the administration. Like, this administration, they didn't deliver on certain promises, like the student loan forgiveness and all this other stuff. I think, like, even the Dreamers thing that they promised, like, oh, if you were born in America and your parents are, like, immigrants, we got you if you're a dreamer or whatever. But I don't think they ever really renewed that. Over.
Do better.
Copy. What do y'all think he should focus on since election is next year? So he pretty much has to have his shit together, and like he got to do something amazing in like the next 6 months. What do y'all think he should focus on if he's? I feel like everybody's trying to get 2 terms as president. I feel like that's how you count your success rate as president. It's like, oh, now they got me here 2 times.
Copy. I definitely think that presidents who were elected twice make fun of presidents who weren't elected twice. Like, it's like, oh yeah, nah, like we had 8, like, bro, they got you up out of here, like, you feel me? That was a retarded mistake as far as we concerned. Like, you feel me? You just got in there. Any old nigga can get in there. Like,
like you can get a taste.
Copy. And it's mad funny because Barack Obama's sitting there like, I got 2 too, nigga. What you talking about? Over.
Like the last 2 ain't get to.
You don't have to do the thing if you laugh. Like, you know how I laugh and I just like burst into laughter.
No,
I don't have to do that.
No,
that laugh. Right? Over.
Copy. Nah, you don't. Because I was gonna ask that about when I was like, if somebody's talking and you're like, I was like, over.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
It becomes stressful.
Copy.
But I'm attentive.
Yeah, so I thought that was crazy. Hopefully TikTok is still TikTok and is still safe. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's definitely brought up. You know, when they go on that campaign election trail, whatever.
Yeah, I got something.
I hate politics.
Wait,
too,
copy.
Over.
What is the thing y'all think he should focus on?
Copy. Oh, I forgot.
Over.
I said the money.
I don't
the loan money. Get them. College.
Now that's important because
you do that. You got a bunch of buddies.
Because they even had like the application process started and all of this other stuff. You fill it out and then it's like, it got postponed, so you're on like this waiting list.
They keep sending the email talking about, it's postponed once we get through the lawsuit.
Exactly.
When the lawsuit finished,
did you not get those emails?
Over.
Copy. I try to stay away from negativity. I feel like if it goes through, somebody gonna let me know.
Oh yeah,
over.
If they send you 20 pieces, they gonna let you know. And just so the public is aware, when you get that 20 piece, put it on them taxes because they expect you to. Like, that's income this year, buddy. Like, you paying off your loans because you got to. I'm not sure if they allowed you to write it off initially as a liability, but the fact that you're getting that 20 or whatever your income was that year, put 20 on it. And that's your income at the end of the year. So if you ain't handling your business right, and you be like, oh yeah, I got kid A, B, C, and you know my this credit, that credit, I get back 10,000. They be like, nah, you went 4 brackets up. You actually owe us something.
Copy. Oh, that matters. Like, oh yeah, you're up here now. Your whole rates and shit is different. All of this stuff is different.
Incremental increases.
Copy. That's foul. That is foul for so many reasons. That's literally like, what is that? When you're trying to get an apartment and they ask for your bank statements, if you just happen to Zelle me all the time because we saving up for some shit, they include that as your yearly income. That is not my income. It came in. It's not the same, bro.
Over. That's wild that they can do that. They can do that.
That's how audits work.
That's wild. Nah, that count. Count it.
The way society is handling everything, this is how they see it. Hey, look, you got money that you getting in your paycheck. If you're an employee, oh, we're going to come stress you out when you eventually start making enough that this is, oh, we could actually get something from it. So if you live in life and you're not handling your business right in all these other areas, it doesn't matter if you ain't making no money. If you 30,000 a year, 40,000 a year, they don't care. So your potential of getting an audit is less likely because they like at the end of the day, you on a 2-week salary. So that money is probably gone. Whatever you got left, like us coming after you, if we do this to enough people, we're going to get shunned as an agency because we look like we eating on people versus
Copy, like predators or something.
Exactly.
Like predator
but now,
loans or whatever. Like,
But now if I wait for you to get to 250,000, 500,000, or you got a business, you got a deal, you just got $1 million budget. Oh, that's money I could touch because you ain't spend it yet. So let me come audit you. And when I tell you to give me your bank account where you just be living your life in, because you don't got to do that when you put your taxes up. They don't ask you for your bank statements and your personal account. They be like, oh, you got a job? Give me the W-2. Oh, you got a business? Give me the business bank account stuff. So now you sit there, you go through everything, you live in life, you think shit is sweet. And when you finally hit that point where you making some bread, let me see your personal bank account. Oh, what's this 500? Oh, what's this 600? Oh, at the end of the year, all of them little 500, 600, oh, that's 20,000. Yeah, it was allocated to something because in your head, you're like, oh, yeah, somebody sent me 500, I had to go do this. Somebody sent me 200, I had to go do that. But at the end of the year, that should say 50,000. Oh, we need that's income. You made 50,000. You gonna tell me somebody gave you $50,000?
Copy. So that's like, oh yeah. So like, boom. I got my own business. I ain't got to the point where I got you sending it to my business account. They just send it to my personal account. Tell me like it's a service I'm doing. So they can be like, oh yeah, nah, fuck the service you're talking about. I just see the money coming in.
At the end of the day, when I finally audit you, I'm guaranteed to find one thing wrong. So now it allows me to say, oh, nah, give me more. And all I'm trying to do is make enough money for the agency because I know you got $1 million. So, if I could get 50,000 out of you in taxes and then we put the penalties on this was 3 years ago. You got 2,000 3 years ago. You ain't put it in your taxes. Oh, nah. Penalty. Oh, yeah, you got 10,000 in fines, buddy. Fuck the actual tax income amount that you would owe. You probably would have owed 200 if you did it right. But now it's 30,000 because it's 6 years later, and they like, penalties, fines, late fees. Oh yeah, we dancing on your bread.
Copy. Yeah, y'all gonna have to come get that in blood. Over.
Copy. Dead ass, super fucking dead ass. You gotta do that.
Nah, but yeah. Over. So just be prepared for that 20. Like if you actually get your loan forgived, you made 20,000 that year. You just used it to pay off your loan.
Copy. Wow. All right, you gotta stay careful out there. Over,
niggas, bro. Like, just let me be free. This is our land. Over.
Copy, you know everything.
You know how crazy the propaganda is in America. These niggas wrote a song called "This Land Is Your Land, This Land Is My Land" on land they stole.
Copy.
Over.
That ass. The nerve, right? Yo, y'all sing this song I wrote about the land I'm on. Over.
It's a copy from here to here. Over.
Copy. Yo, and it's tax season, so guys, yo, just be mindful, man. Make sure your numbers is right. Pay attention. Pay an accountant to do it. Take it easy. Over. Copy. Also, people, if you know you haven't been working, you should not be getting 30 bands back during taxes. You didn't do anything that deserved 30 bands. Over.
Copy. Nah, I claimed everybody kids on my shit. Yep. All my homies who doing illegal shit, who can't claim their kid. Oh, yeah, I claimed your kids. I'm going to get the money, and I'm going to dip on y'all niggas. Smooth. Over.
Copy. No pun intended. Over.
Copy. Speaking of kids, shout out to Keke Palmer. She just gave birth last week.
Congratulations.
Copy. That's what's up. She's a beautiful, beautiful person, man. I fuck with Keke Palmer. Over.
Copy. Let me load up the joint. So, did you guys hear what her baby's name is? Over?
No.
Copy. Yeah, I did.
Copy. So her baby's name is Leotis Andrelton Jackson. Over.
Copy. The Jackson really took me out park. I was like, come on, Leotis Jackson. Damn, man. I was like, old as fuck. That nigga came out old. That nigga came out 50. Over.
Copy. There's a rumor going around that if you say that baby's name 3 times in the mirror, we shall overcome.
No.
Over.
Don't do that, baby, like that. Leave the kids alone.
Copy. I also learned how to say "fuck them kids" in sign language over the last week.
Copy.
Over.
Oh.
Would you care to share?
That's OD.
Cameras on you.
Over.
How did that shit go? Copy. How did that shit go? It was copy. It was fuck. It was fuck them kids. And fuck you too.
Copy. Over. niggas CeeLo Green was like going crazy in the video. Like over. Copy. I see the change in your pocket. Fuck you. Fuck them kids too. Over.
It's a copy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Over.
Copy nigga in an all gold fit. Just all gold and bald head. Like yo. Looking like a golden globe. Like.
Can't even see his finger.
Over.
Copy. That nigga was mad. Yo. He was mad.
That nigga was pissed.
He was mad that girl said she don't fuck with broke niggas. Over. Ay, ay, ay. Copy. So how y'all feel about this baby name? Y'all think this baby's gonna lead us to salvation? We're gonna march on Washington with this baby?
Copy.
Over.
That baby has a civil rights future. I don't know if there's gonna be another civil war or something, but he's got a major role in it. Whatever thing is happening where it's gonna be a divide amongst people, he's gonna be the bridge. This nigga's about to be the avatar of like civil strife. Over.
Copy. It's him and Jonathan Majors, because Jonathan Majors loves dressing like innocent bystander during the civil rights era. Like, he just looked like the nigga. Like, I'm just going to work now. Just going to work
Copy.
now. Do all that marching shit over there.
Everybody
Over.
behind any major figure in like those photos, like, oh, he can be one of those guys that's in the back. Like, over.
For sure. I ain't talking about people, kids.
Copy. Ooh, my pussy hurt. Over.
Copy. That's mad funny over the challenge. Over.
Copy. Nah, it's not talking about people's kids.
I ain't know my grandma
We
was
rooting
saying.
for this kid. It's just like, it's not even that it's a bad name. It's just like that is
Nah,
a
that's a
very
crazy
that's
name.
a very strong old school name that everybody's gonna be
Can you repeat
surprised
it? All right,
when a small person. I got you. When a small person is running around with that name. Over. Copy. So that baby's name once again is Leotis Andrelton Jackson.
You know, it's
Over.
It's Greek. So we got
Copy.
Leonidas. We got
Yo,
Leonidas.
wow.
We got Sparta.
It's just, you know what it is? It's
And you
just
said
like you don't
Artrell?
hear those classic
Artrell?
names like that anymore. Like,
Copy.
you don't hear those like
Andrelton.
Cheryl.
And Drelton.
Over.
Yeah.
And Drelton.
Mhm.
Leonidas over there. Never mind.
Copy.
I'm sorry.
Leotis.
Leotis and Drelton.
Like Lee, like my daddy name was Lee or my daddy name was Otis. And we didn't know who it was, so they call me Leotis. Over.
Copy. Nigga Lee John. Over.
Liam Malone.
Tear. Copy. It's fun fact too. Most people with the last name Jackson have like weird middle names. Because our good friend here, his middle name is Latrell Sprewell. Over. Copy. The craziest part. He was born before Latrell Sprewell was a professional basketball player. How did they know? He also is very violent. It's the name. Latrell Sprewell incites violence in the bearer.
Copy.
Over.
Nah, do not listen to the propaganda of even though it was hilarious. Over.
Do that shit before he walked in.
Copy. My man baby name is Caveat Ron Tess Jackson.
Oh, man.
Oh. Copy. Where we going, y'all?
Making it happen.
Copy. Speaking of like kids or whatever, because we on the topic of kids. Shout out to Keke Palmer though. Like that's what's up. You don't hear classic strong black names like that anymore, so that's what's up.
Copy. Restore the vibes.
Copy. So yeah, deadbeat or no. There was this guy I saw on Instagram. He had a nice little 5-minute rant about how he has 7 baby mamas, but he's like, they're looking for him. So he posted this video like, oh yeah, like they looking for me or whatever. But I told them like right after we had sex, we both was irresponsible and made that decision that, oh yeah, like we're not gonna use protection or whatever. So we're both irresponsible in that. But after we did it, I'd let you know, like, oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to have a kid. I think this is bad. I think we should get either do Plan B or abortion, whatever we need to do this, because I don't want this responsibility. He said he had done that with all the women he slept with, and out of that, 7 people decided like, nah, I'm gonna have this baby. So in his mind, the perception is, oh, these are like jump offs anyway. Even though whatever, that's his perception. These are jump offs anyway. One, oh yeah, I already told you beforehand that I didn't want these children, even though you decided to carry these kids to term. Now you're looking for me to take responsibility and stuff. I don't feel liable to take care of these kids. I already explained to you that I didn't want. So I wanted to ask you guys, how do you guys feel like that? Because half the internet was like, nah, he already made it clear that he didn't want the kids. Like, so there's no, he was like, yo, the only way I could stop that was to like force you to get an abortion. I can't force you to go get an abortion. So it's like, oh, how do you guys view that whole take?
He's a burger with cheese. Like he's a deadbeat.
Copy. Why would you? Yeah. Over.
I say he's a deadbeat because you also chose to ejaculate in a female. And if you choose to not only have raw sex with a woman but also ejaculate in her, then you should have thought about having a child with this person.
Copy. That's fair. That's fair. My argument to that was that she still like had sex with him. Like they could, once he said like, the irresponsibleness of we're not about to use protection was like thrown in the air. Oh, they should have just like ended right there. It could have ended right there.
Let me tell you, here it go right here. If you don't ejaculate in a female, can you get her pregnant?
Copy. What are we talking here? Like, oh, she takes your.
No, I'm saying if you don't like, I mean, all of the sneaky shit. If it's some sneaky weird shit,
you're saying it's his fault for doing that. Over.
You gave up your power when you did that because that was your choice. Your choice was not inside or not. Every time you decide to, you saying, I might be okay with having a kid with this person because it's a possibility. And if you're not accepting reality.
But I think with that is that, one, you're right. You did make that decision. But, we both made the decision when we decided not to use protection and we knew what the consequences possibly could be. And if I vocalized to you, oh yeah, I don't want to have a kid, so we're gonna do either Plan B or abortion if you get pregnant. So I'm gonna be I have no intentions of having a kid. This is just, we're both wilding out. Cause she could have easily been like, oh yeah, I don't want to get pregnant. We wilded out, you got pregnant, we got to deal with the consequences. We got mad options. Now, if you chose the option that requires raising a child, you shouldn't be able to force that. It should not be viewed as, well, you have to, oh yeah, no, I already told you I didn't want to do that. That's literally like if your wife takes your money and buys a car that's mad bread and it's like, yo, we don't have the money for this. And then she does that and now you got to be the person to go get the oil change and rotate the tires. Nah, I said I didn't want this car. Over.
Copy. I definitely understand that perspective. Like, oh yeah, like that's kind of how it is.
This is
my belief as a person is like, oh man, like no matter what, if you got kids, go take care of your kids.
Work because
it's just like I understand what he's saying. Like I wouldn't be on, even if I knew the other lady, it would be very, very hard for me to be like, oh yeah, nah, this nigga's 100% wrong. Whereas just like, well, like the conversation was had. Like if the conversation was never had, the conversation was had.
But was it agreed?
We decided to move forward. If you didn't agree to it, then that's when it becomes personal. Because there's no there's no pushback on the guy side. Because if I say I don't want to, and you like the woman who's having the kid says yes, she can just keep the kid, and it's like
supposed to be this
damn,
conscious. You're supposed to be this conscious when you decide to have sex with a person.
Copy.
You decide
Oh
you
yeah, but
wanna have
niggas
sex
ain't.
with a
Yeah, I mean
person.
niggas is trying to.
And
just,
that's why niggas
but
is
that's,
going
but
through
that's why
what
he
they
was like,
going
oh
through.
yeah,
Like,
that's
you
these are
got
jump
7
offs.
baby
Like, oh, these are
mamas.
jump offs.
You don't think that you
that's
think
crazy.
you gonna
Over.
say it was all their fault? You got 7 women pregnant. And
Copy.
you did this
But he
7
said
fucking
out of
times.
like, let's say he fucked 50 bitches in his life. Oh, 7 of them wanted to.
That's
keep
retarded.
The kid.
That's
Over.
retarded to
That
take
is.
50 trials.
And here's why that's dumb. After the first time somebody reneged on the agreement, we got to change the protocol. But also,
Exactly.
I'm also an advocate for not letting your past make you move a certain way. Where it's like, nah, you know, we came to the understanding we're gonna be mature. Da da da. Simple enough. Oh, fam. They're both. Everybody in this situation is retarded. Like, I want to start with.
Oh,
that.
yeah, nah,
They're fucking
that's true.
idiots on equal amounts.
Cause how'd you get the 7? Like, what,
Yeah,
what
he's
did 2,
wilding
4,
for getting
5,
caught
6,
7 times.
I think
They're
that's
all
true.
wilding
I
for
think that's
having
true.
a
Over.
baby with the guy that had 3+ kids. Like,
That
once
said he
he
didn't
hit
want
3,
the baby
it was, oh yeah,
the
I don't
first
want
time.
kids, and you decide to be 4. You're just maybe a little smarter than number 5, who's a little smarter than number 6, who's a little smarter than number 7. But don't get it fucked up. Y'all all still in the
Yeah,
class
y'all
that don't get
stupid.
up when the bell ring.
Nah.
Over.
Copy tears. But dead ass though.
Yeah, he's
Over.
a deadbeat and they dummies.
Copy, I want to say, I don't want to say lastly, but why don't you just go sign away your rights, bro?
Why don't you go get clipped?
Copy. You didn't say over.
Over. No, I wasn't done. I didn't know he was about to interject.
over.
Copy, over, copy.
Say over.
Yeah, he could get clipped, but even with the kids he has now, it's, I could just sign away my rights that I have,
You could do that.
and that way I don't have to be. But because it's kind of like a lot of women do this thing. It's like, it's your body, your choice, right? So you're deciding to have a kid. You're accepting of the responsibility of a kid. It's not fair to put that responsibility on somebody who's vocalized from jump they don't want a kid. It'd be different if we're in a relationship and we talking about building together, then you get pregnant, and then I just start being an asshole. Oh yeah, no, take this home, take him to court, get yours. Like, oh yeah, we're not just gonna shirk the responsibility at this point. Now from
Deadass.
jump,
Over.
hey, neither of us want kids. We don't really want to be together like that. Well, I don't want to be with you. I'm gonna assume it's vocalizing that way. Oh yeah, we're not building, we're fucking. Bet. I also don't want to use condoms. You cool? Yeah, I'm cool. I bet. Well, here's the options. We got plan Bs, we got abortions, we got vibes. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. You want the baby? All right,
what
cool.
is
I don't
vibes?
want the baby. Now
it
you're
okay?
taking on the responsibility because you want a kid. Now you're trying to make me want the kid with you. No, you're deciding to keep this kid. That's what's up. Oh yeah, raise your baby. I'm out. If anything, this nigga's gonna be the greatest anime protagonist. All 7 of them.
Copy, yo.
Over.
I'm crying. Nah, dead ass. But you have a great point on that one. Where it's just like you can't be mad at, even though both situations are in the wrong. It's just like, oh,
it's bad.
I
It's
can't.
bad.
I don't
It's
know if I
bad.
can call him a deadbeat. Like
I could
technically,
call him a
without
deadbeat.
me, with just me being objective to everything. Whereas like, oh, me personally as a person, I'd be like, yeah, you got 7 kids. No matter what the situation is, you got 7 kids, bro. Especially if they're yours. Like if you did DNA tests and they're yours, oh yeah, go do something about it. But like, yeah, the 3rd time and what the fuck? Like, oh yeah, this is something that you feel me. You have no control over whether they really keep it or not. So you need to just either stop dumping in them like that, stop jamming it like that, or you feel me, like take care of them kids. You feel me? But that's me personally. From just looking at the situation, from what was stated, like the facts, the conversation, all of that context, I don't know if I can call him a deadbeat because he didn't want the kids. If I don't want them and you want them and you have them, now I have to be a part of that. That's crazy.
Nah, there is nuance to that.
Yeah.
There is nuance to that because I feel I feel like now is somewhat like a secondary like 70s era in terms of like free flowing sex where it's not necessarily about starting a family structure. It's like, nah, people are having sex because they like to have sex. So that's likely to happen. Based on him saying that we had this conversation, because I don't know these women's side of the story, but based on him saying, oh yeah, we had the conversation and it was known, this, and then this, I think that's what alleviates him from being a deadbeat. Now, like I said earlier, if they was in a relationship or they just casually fucking around and there was no kind of conversation about oh, what happens if this happens or whatever, and it's just like, oh, we just risking it all, and she gets pregnant. Oh, you might be uptight because she might be a hoe. It might be whatever else is going on. It's like, oh yeah, that's when it should kick in. Oh yeah, well, now I got to take responsibility for the decision I made. But at that point, if I have the conversation with you and it's like, all right, cool, we're gonna do this, and this is the possible outcomes, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna be a criminal. Yo, we might get locked up. Here's the options. Yo, we could put some money aside for bail right now. We could get some assets so that we could bond out, or we could not do the crime. And you do the crime, and now it's like, oh man, like nah, we didn't want to do none of that other shit. Oh yeah, that's technically not on me. He should do other things, like he got to go get a vasectomy. He got to do something, bro. You just got to go get head, bro. Just go get mad head. Over.
In my opinion, he's a deadbeat personally and otherwise. And at the end of the day, if you got DNA on the streets and you're not concerned about how they eat, how they sleep, and how they get through life, you're a deadbeat. You're a burger with cheese.
Copy. Is that only because they're humans? Because other animals, they kind of have kids and they just kind of like, go do your thing.
Yeah, but
Copy.
we,
Yeah, and like in the wild, right? Where it's just like lions.
at the end of the day, like that kid didn't ask to be here. However the circumstances are that they came about, you are a part of that. If history exists and they do bone scan, they be like, oh, he's attached to this family, and then they run the physical history, and it's like, oh, he was never around these people. You're a burger for that. Like, that's you.
Copy.
Your history is gonna be
man. If I was
burgers.
king, yo, man, Robert Baratheon had bastards all over King's Landing, man. Hey, what you gonna do, right? Sometimes, Gentry was okay. Gentry was all right. He was a blacksmith. He got some tang. He fought in the war. I think he was on the council at the end.
If you can honestly say, yo, I have blood out on the street. I got a child that I know is walking and breathing this earth, and I don't want to be no part of that. You're a deadbeat.
Copy. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. It's just like, oh, this particular case where it's like, oh, with this this argument or whatever, it's just like, it's like, I don't know if I could
Buddy did that
100% say that this guy is a deadbeat, bro. I don't know.
Let's say it was one time. Let's say it's only one kid and he's given this scenario, right? Would you still consider him a deadbeat? Because I feel like my
Saying that
stance
is one time,
over.
like, I mean, again, now going back to nuance, there is some degree where it could be a setup situation or all the extra weird shit. Like, I don't know how true it is, but everybody's heard, oh, she go get the condom out the garbage, put it in the joint, do all the extra. But if it's that, like, you were set up.
Copy. No, not even with the setup. This is actually his kid because they decided to have.
So yeah, nah,
but
if they had
but the
consensual sex-
conversation still stands beforehand. Oh yeah, I'm not trying to get pregnant. If you want to have unprotected sex, I'm down. But oh yeah, we should do a plan B after this. And if that don't work, oh yeah, we should definitely do the abortion.
Nah,
and you
because
agree.
Even
wait. And you agree. So at the end of that, you decide, hey, I want to keep the baby. Oh, I don't want to keep that baby.
But here's the other nuance. The other nuance is, initially she could feel that way, right? Like as far as like, oh, I don't want the child, and like whatever y'all doing, the circumstances of that play around, she finds out that she may not have this opportunity again, or when they make the decision to do things, oh, this is it. Like, this is your chance. If you don't do this now, this is what it might be. Like, are you okay with never being able to get pregnant again? Because that's the dance they got to play with.
Copy. That makes perfect sense. But that also leads into...
It's all nuance.
No, yeah. So sticking with that scenario of, this could be her
scenario.
only chance, because that is true. That happens a lot. Oh, as the woman, I see why you made that decision. You made that decision for you. In that, you're now expecting me to make the decision for the rest of my life based around what's going to happen with the rest of your life. And that's not fair to me if we already had a verbal agreement on this is the course of action we were going to take. When you decided to do differently, that means you're taking responsibility for now having this child.
I respect the nuance of that. What I was going to say was, because before I got to that point of like, oh, this could be the woman's stance, at the end of the day, it's not, oh, we decided we're gonna have unprotected sex, and if we have a child, if there's a child comes from this, oh, we both understand this is what we're doing. Like, if y'all agree on that, get it in writing, and like you figure out how to hold her to that however you see fit. But at the end of the day, you're still making that conscious decision to ejaculate in a person and believe what she said, because people feelings change all the time, and you have to be able to tolerate that. And in tolerating that, it's like, yo, if you're comfortable enough, don't say you want to have unprotected sex with a person and not think about having a child.
Copy. He did think about having a child. That's why he laid out, I don't want one.
I was literally about
We're
to say
going
that.
to
But he
take
is like,
plan B,
he does have like,
and we're
You
going
can't impose.
over.
You're imposing when you decide, oh, I ejaculated in you, and like I still don't want a child. That's stupid.
Yeah, because once I get what you're saying. Once you make that decision, like, oh yeah, I'm about, because you don't. He could have pulled out.
Yeah,
and
like
homie definitely said that. He said that in the video
you
where it was like, oh, I could have pulled out,
not get nobody pregnant. You can have unprotected sex for years.
But
and
if
not
we
get nobody
had the
pregnant.
conversation, because there's 10 million reasons you can accidentally get somebody pregnant having unprotected
Yes, that's
sex.
true.
So with that,
do that with protected
that's why we got the conversation of, oh yeah, I don't want the kid. Oh, after this, plan B, if that, oh yeah, we could go get an abortion.
Nah.
But if you're deciding, say, sticking with this situation of you might not be able to have a baby again, right? Mm-hmm. If you're deciding to keep the kid because you changed your mind based on what we agreed on, you changed your mind without consulting me about your mind change first, because you're changing your mind about how this is about to affect you going forward. But now because this affects you going forward, you want it to affect me going forward too. No. Let me sign my rights away.
I would have to agree
no.
with that.
At the end
Even
of the
though
day,
the
like,
situation
sign
calls
the
for it, where it's like,
part,
I wouldn't blame
you
her
could
for
do
that.
Like,
but
nobody
I
could
totally see that.
Everybody can have their opinion on the signing over your rights part, but at the end of the day, you do have that. Like, you can sign over your rights and that be that. But be okay with being called a deadbeat, because that's what you are.
Nah, I'm not a deadbeat. I'm a deadbeat if I'm not taking care of a kid that is my responsibility.
That's the same nigga that signed over his rights.
No.
He's
Once I sign over my rights, I'm no longer a deadbeat. I'm not invested. I'm not involved.
No. A nigga be a deadbeat.
Wait. Copy. Hold on to that. Hold on for a second, because
Okay.
I want to get into that. I don't want to lose the point we were just talking about beforehand, but hold on to that. Fuck.
Where were we?
What was we just talking about before we got into that? Because I like that. We was talking about the nuance and she making a decision for herself.
Making a decision for herself, and
you
didn't get to make the decision
Yeah,
for
where
yourself.
because she
I
can't
had
have a
something
kid.
I wanted to go with that.
Over.
Do you believe? Well, we all know, but is it for the record of the conversation? Is it true that you can get a woman pregnant with a condom? Like, if you're having protected sex, is there a potential for pregnancy to occur? Okay, so that means at the end of the day, as a man, you have to conceptualize, hey, there's a possibility if I decide to have sex with this woman that she could get pregnant. You can't say, yo, I told you I wanted you to get an abortion after that happens. You got to deal with whatever that is.
Copy.
Okay.
I definitely can say that.
You can, because going into something, knowing what the possible risks are, you know the ways we can deal with the situation. If we're both saying, assuming we're both saying, after I convey what I don't want to happen, that you're on the same page as me. So even if we have sex with a condom on, and now there's a possibility of you getting pregnant, oh yeah, what do we do when that happens? Because we're taking that risk. So it's, and the chance that happens, oh yeah, we got plan B, we got abortions or whatever. So the point I wanted to make up, or the questions I kind of wanted to present, was when we were saying how she's making a decision for herself based on what she might be able to do or not do down the line is, this is probably like moving the conversation somewhere else a little bit. But say this happens, this situation happens, and you and her agree, oh yeah, we're gonna get an abortion. She goes to get the abortion, but she finds out, if you do this, you're probably not gonna be able to have kids ever again. You never hear from her again in life. You don't know where she's at. Last thing you know, she went to get an abortion. Years later, turns out, yo, I actually kept the kid and I need help. Is that kid your responsibility?
Copy.
Over.
Ooh, I like that scenario.
I like that.
Over.
There's two parts to that. First of all, I'm furious, and that's why I hold my stance on how I hold it regarding the deadbeat part. Because if you do that bullshit, like, oh yeah, you're a terrible person. You deserve whatever negativity.
Copy. So that goes both ways.
comes with
On the
your
woman's
Okay.
part, you're saying that like, oh, you hid that from me.
Horrible person.
You're
like
a piece of shit.
You deserve
Over.
whatever comes to you, and I will graciously take. Actually, I want all the responsibility because you thought this was okay, and now out of need, you come back and present to me that I had a child that I didn't get to see from. Like, what do he eat? What's his diet?
Copy.
What's his
Now, mind
life
you,
experience?
And however amount of time that went by, you could have got your life together. You got a wife. You got a kid that you think is your firstborn son. You done named it after you. All kind of shit. And here she pops up with Dave the third A. Because now you're Dave the third A is now Dave the third B. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
from that.
she's
And
the burger with
that's what the whole point of like, oh, when doing certain things, when you're making decisions for other people, that's where it's fucked up. That's why I'm only on his side based on him saying, because we don't have the other side, that we had these conversations. Now, if you just decided to have unprotected sex with somebody without their knowledge, that's wild.
I love the way you did that. I love the way you did that because
go ahead.
I go right back to 7. See, because if this was 1, I could play around with
Copy.
that
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. I'm arguing the 1. The 7 is
nigga. This is you.
the
Copy.
7
Seven
is
is
the
outlandish.
7 is
This is-
that's
it
what
is
makes it
outlandish.
dumb
Over.
because after the first time this happened.
Oh yeah, no, I needed it.
You
right.
need to do something different, sir. You need to do something different.
What's the definition
You're
of
insane.
insanity?
You're insane.
Thank
Like,
you.
you've lost
Let's
your
be
noodles.
clear.
Over.
Yeah, burger with cheese, deadbeat. Get it
Copy.
over. He's over. Get him out of here.
How do y'all feel about what's 2 over 2,000?
Copy. That's which actually kind of plays into this. There was a No Jumper. It's, one of the podcasts on No Jumper. It's on No Jumper. The lady, they're talking. Fucking Young Bird is there or whatever. One of the ladies is talking. They're all talking about like overall vagina health, keeping the pH balance.
Yeah,
right. Should there be an odor? Like, depending on what you eat, all of these other things. So like the conversation gets to the point where people are talking about, the vagina being loose versus not too loose, or how many people you can have sex with before it's to this and that. So one of them felt a certain type of way because they was like, if you have sex with so many guys, blah, 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 you think it's going to be like a gaping hallway. She's like, that's not always the case, especially if you're like doing it for money, da, 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 and it's like your profession or whatever. So like now they get into like with her.
I literally
like,
just told this to somebody the other day. Over.
Copy. So they like, so she's like, they're like, elaborate. So she's like, boom. I done had sex with over 2,000 men since I became an escort 2 years ago. And like, because of the money and all of that stuff, and it's like my job, I make sure that my vagina health is this and that and the third, like my pH balance, I soak, I do this, I do that, da 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 da. And it's like, you can still have an insane amount of sex and still have like the tightness of someone who
and I love the
She said she became an escort 2 years ago. Over.
Copy.
Yeah,
2 years
2,000
ago.
divided
Over
by
2
2.
years ago, she has sex with over 2,000 men.
That's mad people.
Copy.
Day.
No, listen. I divided. We're not even doing by the year. Oh yeah, by the month. Oh yeah, she's sleeping with 83.3 people a month, bro.
Copy. 0.3 is
When
like
did you
midget.
eat?
Over.
But to the pussy tightness conversation, I really find it hilarious that people honestly believe the size is dependent on the sexual intercourse. It's like, women push out babies.
Copy. I literally told homie that I said, that shit expands to the
that
size of a
shit-
basketball, bro.
That shit go right back
Over.
to
It
normal.
literally did. I just seen like a video of a guy like demonstrating
for
that
saying
and
it
like
like that.
pottery, like how you can like do a pot and it's on the wheel. He's like demonstrating like what the centimeters look like when they dilate. And
Yeah,
it's like,
nah.
when it gets
Yo,
to
what?
10, it's already like this. Like, it's like, wow.
There's nothing you can
Facts.
do
Over.
that it won't come back from. That is the most resilient muscle known to man. Like, what? It's going to keep doing what it got to do if you take care of it. You get you a good car, and you can put as many miles as you want on that good
Hilarious.
car. You keep them oil changes, you check them fluids, you check the brakes on them bitches, and you going to keep it moving. But, you don't take care of your car, that bitch going to start throwing out black smoke.
Copy. You ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Over.
Copy. Yeah, over.
Copy. You remember when they was trying to get homie's dad's odometer down. So they was like, nah, we just gonna run the wheels in reverse. Over.
Stop trying to change the history on your car. Accept your miles and fix the engine. You know, tighten up them cables. It's designed to do what it gotta do. You gotta want to do it.
Copy. Nah, man.
Copy. Do you guys think 2
Over.
years is a little excessive for 2,000 bodies? Over.
Copy.
Now
I
you're
was
doing
gonna
your
say,
job.
I feel like 21-year-old me, if somebody came to me and was like, hey, we're gonna get you 2,000 bodies in the next 2 years for money. Oh, sign me up. Over. Copy. But now me right now, and just the amount of responsibility I have in the world and things I have to take care of, it's like, when am I gonna have the time for this,
83
bro?
people
Over.
a month? Yeah, nah.
Copy. Nah, that was hilarious. But yeah, that's a lot of that's just a lot of human interaction. Like just human
Yo, what?
interaction,
And then to
talking,
be
anything.
going-
It's just a ton of it.
Yo,
Over.
and then getting straight to the sex though, like you skipping all of everything that comes with human interaction. Get straight to the
Copy.
most
She doesn't have the
personal.
time. She don't
Nah,
have to.
she gotta hurry up, yo.
That ass don't have the time. I have to
Copy.
get to the
Man,
Niggas
bag.
one of
Over.
those people that's like, nah, sex is a spiritual bond. I've been seeing that all over the internet this week. It's just like, yo. But I did the math again because it's 365 days in a year.
Yeah.
So that's 2.73 people a day.
Oh, that's 3 people a day. Fuck all that
Over.
bullshit. That's 3 people a day because you ain't doing it every day. You taking some days off.
Copy.
So we
Nah,
just
she-
gonna call it 3.
She work hard for the money. Over. Copy.
Copy.
One
Over.
a day. One
Over.
a day. like a
Copy. 2 a
multivitamin.
day is still like that's 2 strangers. You're meeting 2 strangers today.
Just
Or
getting
I guess
straight
it could
to
be like
fucking.
a regular. I guess it could be whatever. But either
Copy.
way,
No,
just
she
the
said
interaction.
2,000
Going
guys.
back to
She said
She said over
2,000
2,000 guys.
Going
Yes,
back to
over.
what you were saying about the meeting the people, I feel like as an escort, most times, because there's a difference between like escorts and prostitutes. They usually take the escorts out to eat. You know, you get a little something to eat.
No
Copy.
way.
Now the
Not
escorts
over
are
3
definitely
people a
like
day.
more. They're like the on terms of like the hierarchy. I guess.
Copy.
You would-
It's, you need
societally-
3 meals a day.
societally
So
over.
if we go do breakfast,
what?
we fucking by 10. If we go do lunch at like 1:30, we fucking by like 3. And if I go to dinner at like 7, 8, we fucking by 9. And then I could go to bed at like 11, get up at 6. I got my 7 hours. I'm good to go. Like, what you trying to do? Like,
Copy, but that
Anything
ass though, like, cause that's
anything
the
get the trizzy going?
That's
Oh,
the escort.
man,
Like,
like-
the escorts
Over.
have like escorts have like websites. Like prostitutes, you gotta go like in the field and get a
You
prostitute.
gotta stand outside for that paper.
over. Copy, you gotta go to Union Avenue. Giving them shits away. Over.
Copy. Why I keep
by the
waving the
pound.
inflatable arm with it too, man? Why I keep waving the inflatable arm with it too, man? Over.
Copy. They named after desserts. Over.
Raspberry cheesecake.
Copy, yeah, we got the baddest bitch rutabaga coming to the block. Rutabaga about to hit the block soon.
Copy. A rutabaga is
Over.
not a dessert, you old ass nigga. Over.
Copy. I know. I just thought it sounded funny with this, just like rutabaga
Yo,
coming
I
over
hate
to
when
the
they cook that
block.
for Thanksgiving.
Over. This
Let's talk
nigga is
about
so old.
rutabaga.
It's hilarious. Over. That was mad funny though. Over. Copy. Over.
Yo, rutabagas is nasty, by the way. Just
Copy.
all the
Nah,
black family members that
that's
need to
definitely
know.
an acquired taste. You have to like.
what?
I don't know when you
Keep
hit
that
the
shit. Stop
age
putting
where
it
that
next to
shit
the
is-
yams.
Somebody
Too
get
good.
me one. I
Stop
never
putting-
had one.
Copy.
Over.
Stop
That's
putting
mad
it
funny.
next to
Don't
the
put it
yams.
yesterday. They do kind of look like the over.
This bitter shit right next to the sugar.
Copy. Super random, but that reminded me of another video I seen where it's just some chick talking about. It's not on the topic board either. It's just some chick talking about like how music is like so sad and shit right now. She was like, you know what it is? It's all that weed and all of that perks, that lean. I got to get back on that booger sugar. Booger sugar brought the boogie to Motown. You got to bring that back.
Copy. She's not
Over.
lying. She's not lying. Over. Copy.
Copy.
You ever walk
She was-
into like a bar
Over.
downtown and like you know at least 5 people's on coke? It's a great time in there. You don't gotta
Copy.
do coke.
Just the vibe is
yeah,
just like
everybody up. It's like
yeah, over.
I can feel the music. You go in the party where everybody on perks. It's like, damn, who's EMS? Cause I'm not giving nobody mouth to mouth in this
laying
joint.
in here.
Over.
Come I don't know why I came. I don't know why I came here. Over.
Copy, not really loving this nigga be changing the whole BPM of the song and the melody. He did the Hank Hill version of
Copy.
of
I
Migos
panicked.
Over.
I was just trying to hurry up and get the over out. Over.
Not until they asked for the perky dance, and now y'all want to be at that party.
Copy, people actually on perks can't even move that fast to do the dance, bro. Over.
Copy. That's hilarious.
I would not know.
Copy. Making it in. Speaking of wild shit going on, y'all heard about y'all boy John Morant? Over.
Copy.
I heard
No, I haven't.
Small part.
What's going on with him?
All right, copy.
He's been like in the.
I heard he's been a
Over.
gangster.
Yeah, so John Morant, a story came out of a few stories came out actually. There was one of his mom was in Foot Locker or some shit over the summer. A person in the store was giving her a difficult time. So they called John Morant. John Morant came down there, slapped this nigga. I was like, oh yeah, like
Copy. Are you serious? Over.
Copy, yes. So that was one that we just found out about. Another story came up where I guess there was like a pickup game at somebody's house. It might have been John Morant's house, and there was like a teenager there, some shit. Shit got heated. Oh yeah, he like slapped this nigga, some shit. And apparently like they was like, oh, somebody, either John Morant or kid, they was talking about, oh, he was gonna come back with a gun or some wild shit. Then he gets suspended for that. He gets suspended. I think he was suspended indefinitely or some shit. Oh yeah, you go on IG, homeboys on IG Live with a gun in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And the joint, I seen a meme that was like, John Morant is the first person from the hood trying to make it out the NBA.
That is
Copy, and
great
that's
quote.
why I
Copy,
called
I'm
it
hella
making it in, because it's like everybody else is trying to make it out the hood.
Yo, that
Over.
is a very good quote for that scenario because let me say it out loud. Being stupid and having a gun does not mean you are a gangster.
Copy. I agree. And you're in the NBA. Like you're like, what is happening? Like, why are you trying? Who are you trying to prove this to? Like, you feel me? Like, why are you trying to demonstrate these qualities by acting out like this? You're just randomly slapping. Are you not aware of the position you're in now? Like, oh yeah, the NBA is so critical. Nigga said no homo, and they charged him like 40 bands.
What?
Like,
Copy, because that was
Over.
wild. That was wild. You should just
copy,
say
but yeah,
pause.
but it's like that
Oh.
shows
Yeah,
you
he
like the
could've said
level of
pause.
intensity like the NBA has for like, oh, your conduct. Oh, your conduct once you join this organization has to be like very PG. Oh,
Copy. I think it's gonna sound crazy, but if you know, you know. I think we owe John Wall an apology for that video years ago when it was like him and all his blood homies, and they turned the camera to him, and he was stacking his shit, and it was niggas with red flags. That don't seem that bad now that we got niggas doing this with the gun, like slapping up your kids, all kind of wild shit, hitting the gritty.
Also, nobody that's a gangster ever says, "Oh, this needs to go on my resume from 2004 to 2010." Oh, I was holding shit down, like just so y'all know I'm a gangster. Like nobody wants that on their jacket. It just comes with the territory. So if you out here showcasing, like, nah, I'm actually a gangster. I'm a gangster. You know,
Copy,
bro.
because he can't turn it off. Because I also heard he was never somebody who was like prepped for NBA. It wasn't like from growing up, oh yeah, our focus is getting you into the NBA. A scout from whatever school it was, he's at least from South Carolina. A scout from whatever school it was went to this gym to scout another kid. He goes there, but that gym has like 2 full courts in like 2 separate places. So it's like the main court and it's like the auxiliary court or whatever the fuck. Oh, he goes to scout the first kid and happens to walk past the second gym and looks inside, and it's John Morant in there busting everybody ass and offered him a scholarship to college. So he probably was just some random ass hood nigga who do hood shit that was just really good at basketball. And, you know, some opportunity just happened to walk by at the right moment. You was dunking on somebody. Oh, fast track to the NBA. So you don't even have to thinking of, hey, it's just like, oh yeah, nah, we up, it's lit. Over.
Yo, and
Copy.
this
Nah,
is-
I totally see that. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah.
That's-
Then in that case, then it's like, yeah, this is just my situation where it's like,
Nah.
oh, like I got a job.
No.
I hit a lick, niggas. You feel me? I'm still
That's
about
even-
that. So now that kind of makes more sense to me. Where it's like, oh, I have to prove to niggas that I'm really in about that. Like I will slap the shit out of you. Da da da. Don't think because I'm in the
that's
NBA.
even more
Over.
of a reason to carry yourself differently, because if you really was out there, you would truly understand the benefit of the circumstances that you have now, and you operate differently. So obviously, when you was handling your business out there, you ain't really have to do too much because you wouldn't be in a rush to go back.
Copy. I already got the money.
Money goes every day. If you counting on the money to be like, oh
Do you know
yeah,
how
I
much
could do
money
this
they
for
gave this
forever.
nigga?
It doesn't matter, bro. If you have the mental of a nut,
Do you know how much money they gave this nigga?
Copy. How much money they gave him? Over.
If you been in the NBA, I think he maybe been there 5 years. But this has only been a reality to you for 8 years. You get what I'm saying? That, oh, I could possibly go to the NBA. I could actually go to college, like whatever the situation is. And now you got a couple hundred M. You got a sneaker.
bro.
I did everything in the hood niggas wanted to do. I got a couple hundred. Even if y'all kick me out, I got 200 million to finance whatever dumb shit I want to do.
Exactly.
I'm still him. I'll go overseas.
Nah, you could hit the Mega Million and you still do the same dumb shit. Like,
Go right overseas.
yeah, but they all go broke too. Like the money does it just because you got 100 million doesn't mean stupid's gonna put you right back where you want to be.
Copy. But he's a young guy, right? So he has time to like grow and you feel me and evolve.
yeah,
I feel like
nah,
that's
you
another
should
thing too.
want
We don't
to.
give
But
the young
also,
guys enough time to grow and evolve.
With
like,
this
over.
type of stupidity, there's nothing in the stupidity that indicates poor money management. That's why I'm taking the stance of I'm not even thinking about him going broke because it's not even that he has poor money management. It's like, oh, you have poor decision making skills in terms of what you're doing as a brand. So even without the brand, oh yeah, you still have that money.
Bro, but
You got it, Dad.
isn't that poor money management? You're not protecting the brand, which is gonna affect your financials at some
Right, but if
point.
I'm thinking I already got this money and I can go get money elsewhere. So if I was supposed to get 400 million, if I got 200 million, that's 200 million more dollars than I had like 8 years ago. And now I can go not get 20 million next year, but I could go get 10 million. Oh yeah, I'm just not over here. I'm not dealing with that. I already got my sneaker contract. I'm lit. I can still do the hood shit. I just can't be in the NBA.
Watch how long it lasts.
For 2 generations, that nigga's up. Yeah, he gotta get together though. But yeah, everybody, y'all apologize to John Wall, and I don't know, get that nigga on the team where he
Do
gets
better,
points or
guys.
something. This is crazy. Over.
Copy. Yeah. Nah, that's wild. I feel like he still has a chance to kind of turn this around. He's still a young dude. You feel me? Given the context of like, oh, that makes a lot more sense to me. It makes way more sense to me. Before you would think like, oh, you went the traditional route. I went to school. I practiced. I was training my whole life to get into the NBA. It's just like, oh, that was really some.
Copy.
Niggas saw
would you
you in the
happen to know
court
what
and
team
just
he plays
picked
for?
you for over.
Do you know what team he plays for?
Honestly,
Isn't it
no.
the Grizzlies or something?
I just wanted to see which one of y'all knew sports. Over.
I know something,
Yeah.
but I didn't even fully know this whole situation. That's why I mean, at the end of the day, no, it's not over because there's still a lot of time. It's just like you definitely need to adjust your mental in regards to how you handle it.
Copy real fast. When you said, I know it's not over, I was about to be like, nah, man, we got to end the sentences with over, not saying the combo was over.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was just making it clear.
Copy. Nah, I feel like I feel like he could, that's a simple conversation with like some more experienced veteran players, maybe some ex-players, who
Definitely.
have been mixed up in similar shit. And it's just like, yo, kid, listen, like, things you can and can't do. You probably never got to talk. Well, somebody got to give you the talk, bro.
So
Over.
let's we're going to jump from the like really thinking topics. And we got one. It's Prime Coffin, and so on Amazon Prime, they said, yeah, we sell everything, and if you want to plan your day away here, come holler at us for the coffins. In that, you think, hey, that's cool. It's not a big deal. They selling coffins. Amazon sells everything. Why wouldn't they sell coffins? But when you go into the comments And they like, yeah, then I check the comments. So I'm gonna give you the first one. The first one, you know, this may even be the description. It says the overall coffin is beautiful, but the moment we put Grandpa in, the entire coffin collapsed. I'm not sure if it was the fault of the coffin itself or the funeral home, but either way, it made for an interesting funeral. I do not think he's happy in there, no matter. And the following comment after that is, Gran has been buried for over a month now, and we haven't heard even one single complaint from her. And believe me, a month without her complaining.
Copy. Wait. Over. Copy. Yo, so they said that she's been buried for over a month now, and we haven't heard any complaints from her.
Yes,
over.
these are the comments for the coffins. Like, yo. and it got 5 stars. There's 5 stars on these reviews. So you want another one? This coffin was perfect. However, there aren't any breathing holes. What if they wake up?
Copy. I hate humans on the internet.
Copy. I'm not engaging with y'all. I'm not engaging with y'all. These niggas, yo. And it's crazy.
He said my granny loved it.
Over.
She slept so peacefully.
Copy. Yeah, they trolling. They trolling. Where's the breathing holes? Nah. If I put you in there and you up, oh yeah, lay down. Over.
Copy.
Oh,
Let me
man.
zoom through my top.
Copy.
So I see.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we've reached the end.
Copy.
Okay.
Our podcast
Over.
be flying. Niggas
Yo,
be having
what?
fun up here over.
Deadass, because I did not know an hour went by.
Nah, that's a fact. Well, copy. We're over. We're lit. We're lit for next week.
What was
Copy. Nah, word. Nah, facts. I ain't gonna
we do
front.
that?
This game was fun.
Copy.
Over.
Nah, we didn't do that one. Over.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Did you guys know I was the best rapper in the world? Buck's up there somewhere too. But you know, when you want to make your decision on who's the best rapper in the world, you should check out our new song Super Gundam right now on our YouTube channel. All right, I'm rapping, he rapping, we rapping. We got a whole anime AMV thing going on. It's explosions, lasers, giant robots. It's every boy's dream. Now get back in the episode, but like play my song, cause like I'm not gonna keep making songs for nothing. We've reached the end of the topics, man. It's time to announce the challenge winner.
Yes, guys, it is over.
Score 0-0.
Score is donut.
Cop. Are
yeah.
we still playing? I don't know if it's.
No, we doing it. We
It's over.
All right, cool. Yeah,
announced that we was announcing the winner.
I had fun. I definitely had fun. I like that these are just new challenges that we're trying, and next time, like we do it again, it's like, oh, we'll be able to add like stuff to it to kind of make it a little harder. But I can see it being trippy, where it's like you stop, you pause, you stop with the copy over copy. Like, yeah, that was hilarious.
What was fucking me up for real was I'd be like copy, and then I would start talking, and then one of y'all, he would be like copy and start talking. So in that moment,
You ain't say
I'm like,
over?
do I say over? Because I'm technically still
Yeah, nah.
talking, and I was just like, nah, this is crazy. But
I caught those and I was like, nah, that's a clear one. It's safe.
yeah, because I didn't know.
Nah,
That's
yeah,
why I was
nah,
like,
definitely.
I didn't know because that wasn't even
Yeah,
like
we definitely-
a thing
you
we
can't do
talking
nothing about
But
that.
I did like that the conversation was still able to flow in such a fashion.
Because I saw every time I talked, y'all still kept it going. So I was like, yeah, I can't call it actual interruptions because I'm interrupting.
Yeah.
It was like 2 times I fucked up and nobody caught it. That's why every time from then, that's why I was like, nah, copy over copy.
Nah, I feel like I caught one, but I felt like I took too long to realize it. Where it's like, oh, I should have said something. Like, I was like, oh, fuck
And it was when you was talking and you kind of trailed out, and then I was like, did he say over? I'm like, damn, I gotta ask him. I don't trust he's gonna answer me honest.
Nah,
I
but this was definitely a
looked
fun
for
one.
full stops to hear over, and every time I looked for the over, it was there. So I was like, damn, I can't call that.
Yeah, nah.
Nah, we lit.
Definitely fun.
Shout out to the challenge. Everybody keeps their 5.
Yeah, that stays on the table, right?
Pool
for
next week is gonna be
Oh, nah.
Money on the table.
Getting
Who-
money next
Who
week.
joining the game? Who joining the game?
Right.
People,
joining
feel
the game. Let's
free.
add to the pool.
Feel
That's
free.
a fact.
Add to it. Make it count.
Mhm.
Show me
So,
something.
you know,
Come on, spend some
nice
money.
challenge, sir.
Nah,
Great
facts.
competition
Definitely. We had
this week.
great time.
You guys ready for some terrible advice?
Yeah.
Please.
I bet.
Tell us what not to do.
All right, got you. Let me know when y'all got the cameras on me.
Oh, no,
All
it's
right,
on
cool.
you. It's on you.
All right, this week's terrible advice is for the men out there. It can be applied to the lesbian women too. All right. If you're talking to a woman in any capacity and you forget her name in the conversation, call her Muhammad, because Muhammad is the most common name on the earth. So statistically, you have a better chance of getting her name right if you call her Muhammad than you would if you called her Ashley or some shit, right? And in response to that, oh, she'll just think you're joking and go along with it. And now her new nickname is Muhammad. And when you introduce her as Muhammad to somebody, she'll tell them her real name. Or when you start calling her Muhammad, she won't like it and be like, oh no, my name is so-and-so. And then that's how you learn her name. And then you get a fun little story.
Nah, facts.
You know, so shout out to you and all the Muhammads out there. Take it and go. Take it and go.
Get and go.
Muhammad Jihad, a Durker, like.
Put the camera on him. Like, motherfucker gonna tell me, nah, put the camera on him. A motherfucker gonna tell me the other day, yo, you be wildin'. Me? It's not me.
What
happened? That is not okay, buddy. I'm gonna check you. I'm gonna speak for the people.
Son.
I'm gonna speak for the people.
Tears. That's great, terrible advice, man.
Nah, thank you. Nah, it was a great show, great week, you know?
Definitely.
Talk about the challenge for next week.
Yeah, I'm loading that up right now. So next week's challenge shall be chopsticks and rice.
Wow. Okay.
You'll find out what that means.
Yeah,
Next week, y'all.
next week. And we are out of here.
Yeah.
Damn, you ain't let me do my outro, goddamn, man. Anybody got anything they want to say? Anybody got any last things they want to say?
Get him out of here, right?
Where you gotta
I'm ready
go?
to
Oh no! Don't tell my business.
I gave you some business.
Tell the people,
nobody
tell the
no
people.
business.
Tell the people where we going.
Oh yeah, we going to go, and then we gonna roll the dice, and then I'm gonna beat they ass
If you know, you
for
know.
the little bruh and them. You
If
heard?
you know, you know.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yo, man, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been
Definitely.
fun. It's been real.
Definitely.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. man.
Uh-huh.
See you next week, guys.
Another week,
Right?
another challenge. They're trying to rob me less. Nobody happened to win this week, y'all. But shout out to y'all for making it to the end of the episode.
Facts.
Remember, audio drops every Tuesday, 7 a.m. on all streaming platforms.
That's a fact.
Videos are dropping every Thursday, 9 a.m. on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media platforms.
Let's
Go
get it.
listen to our music.
Let's get it.
Tell your friends about us.
Come on.
I'm handsome.
Come on.
He didn't say he was handsome. We got to build his confidence. Tune in next week while we build his confidence. Let's out of here, Dave.
They know that. They know that already.